I'm going to share with you our ultimate selling strategy real quick so you can see how we sell that doesn't feel like sales at all. It actually feels like a very cool process. Great sales don't feel like sales. Great marketing doesn't feel like marketing. Okay, great sales don't feel like sales. Here's why. You want to learn how to enroll, not sell. Selling versus enrolling, here's the difference. Selling is you convincing them. You're pushing them. You're trying to tell them why they need to do this, them why it's important, them why they should care about the problem. And then you got enrolling. Enrolling is them convincing you. It's a pulling effect. This is called Socratic selling. I didn't even know this. I started to do this by accident. And then I have some of my top sales trainers in the industry, our friends of mine, they're like, you know what you teach, Armin? It's called Socratic selling. It's like an ancient selling flow. I'm like, holy crap, I didn't know that. But it's Socratic. It's using questions to get them to tell you why it's important. You've got to learn how to get them to convince you. Turn the buyer into the seller. Don't be the seller and they're the buyer. So now the question is like, how do you do this? It's called the Bruce Lee approach. I call it the Bruce Lee approach because I thought it's the best way to name it. You want to look at sales calls like this. You have a prospect. The goal is to empty the mind of all the information so that they're only left with one decision to make at the end of the call: to buy or not to buy. You guys follow me right now? This is the Bruce Lee approach. Now, that's why I don't want to get on a call and just start giving them all this information, telling them all these things. I don't want to do any of that. What I want to do is I want to empty their mind so that they're left with one decision to make at the end of the call. Now you go, Armin, how do I empty their mind? No problem. Let me tell you. You stop giving information. You start asking questions. It's not what you tell the prospect, it's what the prospect tells themselves. Your ability and effectiveness to ask the right questions is the only way you get them to decide to buy and empty their mind. Because the prospect's mind is like a container. You want to think of the mind like a container with a bunch of water inside. And this water is resembling information. And if the mind is full of all this water, they're overwhelmed. They're like, so many things to think about. Every time you ask a question, it's like poking a hole in the mind. Every time I ask a question, it's like I'm poking a hole in the container and it's draining all the information, all the overwhelm, all the water out of their mind. And then they're left with an empty mind, empty container, and they have a decision to make. That's what we call putting the prospect in a buying state. A buying state is they're ready to move forward. Most of you have a sales process and a sales script that doesn't get them in a buying state. It gets them in a thinking state. That's why they tell you, I have to think about it. That's too expensive. They just give you a bullshit excuse to get off the call because they're not in a state to know they can do something now. That's actually your fault. It's not the prospect. Love you guys lots. Go on and make the rest of your day the best of your day.